Unguard, you scurvy savvy, before my blade returns you into the earth from which you came. Why would you attack me and my clan when you know my parkour skills are unparalleled? How dare you come upon me, a Celtic warrior, also known as a UPS worker in a dress? Oh, hi everyone. It's me, Wauwautosa, Celtic warrior guy. And I'm here to do a review of Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. You know, the indie smash it game everyone's playing. Oh, this guy? You're wondering about this guy right here? Well, let me tell you about this little scourge of the earth. The Celtic warrior I am walked in to a village one day and tried the order of 5 for 5 Arby's. But he says my coupon from 2002 was expired. Yeah, that's right. So I took his liver and I placed it above my mantle and I ate his prostate and he became my victim. What? You think that was a little bit too much? I don't give a shit. I really like 5 for 5. My eyes. Well, thank you. Oh! 1,000 pardons, everyone. Sometimes a UPS worker in a dress, you let emotions overtake yourself. So, everyone, I want you to sit down and enjoy this review of Senua's Sacrifice. Cut, this thing went up my anus!
Well, look who it is. Greetings and salutations, guys, gals, and transvestites. Now I want you to do something for me. Raise your hand if you thought this game was going to be an action game in the same vein as, say, God of War or Darksiders or one of those types of games.
Oh, I did! Fuck you guys.
Huh? Alright. Well, if you were like me and you expected to be crushing skulls and snapping prostates and upgrading your girl into the Stone Age, well, you better go back to sitting on your thumb. This game, my friends, is a glorified walking simulator. I hate walking simulators. Games like What Remains of Edith Finch and Gone Home that were beloved by critics and adored by horny fans like yourself just did not wet my whistle, if you catch my drift. But there is a silver lining in this game, my friends. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is the best walking sim this meat and potatoes fella has ever doggone played. Meow! Speaking of this game, it's about a girl named Senua that is a Celtic warrior who has some major mental issues. Oh, and did I mention, this girl has an obvious drug problem. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Every time you die, her arm gets more and more black. For the life of me, I do not understand why there is no needle exchange anywhere in this game.
What? You didn't know Celtic warriors had AODA issues too? We sleep by garbage cans. Can I hold $5 for some bath salts?
Anywho, as you probably figured out, this game deals in some dark and heavy issues. And when I say dark and heavy, I'm not talking about Reuben Studdard, everyone. I'm talking about psychosis and suicide, which gives this game an incredibly hectic and depressing tone. But the game's tone is probably its strongest asset. I have never played a game like Hellblade, and Senua it constantly feels like a player on the edge. The voices she hears, the demons she fights, and everything she encountered feels so personal, like everything you are experiencing is straight through her eyes. There is even a few puzzles you have to deal with mid-game that let you see everything full of life and color. It made me ask myself, young and rugged Tosa Tough Guy, if this is how everything really looks, and it's just Senua's illness which paints everything in a coat of death. As I said, Hellblade is a doggone walking simulator, but it does have some fighting. So I guess you could say it's a walking sim with light fighting elements.
Hey man, I don't know why you're looking at me like that. This is a real sword and I'll cut you. I mean, look at me. I killed someone. Does this look like a face that would not kill someone? Bitch.
On offense, this game gives you the heavy, light, and kick attack, and on defense, it gives you the dodge, block, and parry. What? What? I never learned how to say it. You don't like it? Just shoot me. Just not in the face. I made a funny. Anyway, that is it, my friends. It's very bare bones. I'm sorry to spill the beans, but here's what I can say. The fighting works. It's surprisingly satisfying and a whole lot of doggone fun. Hellblade also spreads out the encounters, so when you actually get to fight someone, you look forward to it. Now, I spent about 6 to 8 hours on this game on the hard difficulty, and I can say it felt just right. Wasn't too short, wasn't too long. If this game would have been twice as long, I believe the fighting would have got stale. But the way it was designed, it was just right. Kind of like Goldilocks and the 3 billy goats. Bah!
Little Billy Goat, let me in. Not gonna answer the door, little Billy Goat? Well, I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow this house down. Not working.
Disclaimer so everyone knows, I made that sound with my mouth. I actually do not have billy goats on the premises. Okay, another thing Hellblade slays it with is the boss fights. These are intense encounters that kept me on the tip of my perfectly pedicured toes. Meow, 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 purr, purr, purr. Now let me tell you, broski, you may want to empty the old bowels before embarking on these beasts, because if you don't, you might be dealing with a stinky star halfway through the game. There is one fight in particular that has you hearing freak nasty voices while the lights are going on and off that will be nothing like you ever experienced before in a game. This is a fight you will have to play to experience, because watching a video alone will not do it justice. It is intense, it is scary, and satisfying when you finally pull through, which may have been the highlight of Hellblade for me. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, tough girl, if you lovies the game so much, why don't you marry it?
This is the happiest day of my life. Never did I realize I'd be such a lucky fella to be marrying Hellblade Sana's sacrifice. You are my everything. You have a special place in my heart, and it is all yours. Whenever you walk, I want you to know that I will always be at your side, in spirit and love. Don't mind those garbage cans over there. I love you. Will you be my wife?
Touche, touche, everyone. You got me. But this game does have some issues. First off, it's a walking sim, and walking sims are stupid. Secondly, the puzzles in this game can be a bit repetitive for my liking. They mainly are environmental-based puzzles like what you would find in The Witness, except not as clever as anyone's ever played that game. Also, while the environment, viewed through Sana's eyes, is incredible, the lore isn't nearly as exciting. Throughout the game, you can search the environment for collectible stones that tell these short stories. Many of these seem to jump around and constantly refer to the Northmen. Who the Pete are the Northmen?
Oh, those Northmen?
Up your tummy, house full of kids, parents all spruggy. Once had a down, backyard ground, hit it from the back, enjoy the sound, name undercover.
Who would have thought in Hellblade, when they spoke of the Northmen, they were talking about 3-6 Mafia?
Hey, I like that song, and I agree with the message they're sending. Anywho, I can tell you, this is the type of game that just will not appeal to some people. Sometimes games just won't appeal to children or people that don't appreciate a good story in a game, and this is one of them, my friends. If you want testicles to the wall action game, then I'm telling you right now, you need to pass on Hellblade. Won't be your cup of tea. Oh, and one more thing that I want to stress, I probably should have mentioned this right away. Play this game with headphones on. I will say it again. Play it with headphones on. I played the first half of this game without headphones and the second half with, after I saw the game's warning about getting the full experience, and I can fully say that this is a whole different ball game once you have it on. The immersion is incredible. So please play this game with doggone headphones on if you decide to give it a go. Finally, it's verdict time. If I had to rate Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, I'd give the game a 73 out of 100, which is very good in my book. And out of the 307 games I have ever rated in my life, I would rate this game my 125th favorite game of all time, putting it just behind the indie classic Darkest Dungeon and Danganronpa 1. That's a JRPG mystery game for people that don't know, need to try it out. And I would put Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice just ahead of Paperboy for the Nintendo and Battlefield Hardline. If you want a unique experience, like something you've never played before, and don't mind games that are a bit short and sweet with little repay value, then I can fully recommend this game. Well, I would be saying toodaloo, but I guess I'll just let the outro say my goodbyes.
Well, you were on a journey with me. You saw me fall in love and propose. You saw me have fun and dance and get jiggy with it. You even saw me cut off some Arby's workers' gonads. You've basically been at my side through all steps of my life, and I want to thank you for that. I hope everyone enjoyed Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice review from your buddy, Wauwautosa Tough Guy.